Okay, and then for our ninth rule, we are going to be working on introductories. Now, with the introductory, basically it's going to be a word, a phrase, or a clause that will connect ideas together and transition at the very beginning. Okay, so for this one it says, first of all, language arts is so fun. So your transition that's connecting your ideas together and introducing, it's going to come at the very beginning, is first of all, and then I'm going to put a comma, okay? Because that's going to be my transition, that's my introduction, and it's connecting the ideas of language arts and first of all, okay? It's connecting them together to transition. So I'm going to put intro phrase at the top. I'm going to write that in my box in the first column, highlighting along the way. The next one says, because we learned so many amazing things, I can honestly say I love language arts. So this one's a little bit longer. They're not always going to be short little phrases. Sometimes it might be like a clause. Because we learned so many amazing things, comma. So that's going to be my introductory clause in this case. Okay, it's not always just a little phrase or a word. It can also be a clause. So keep that in mind. Okay, once we've done that, we're going to move on to our compound sentences. This is rule number 10. So if you need a comma, sometimes it could be because it's a compound sentence and you're joining two independent clauses together. Okay, that means that they can stand on their own and be a complete thought or idea. So, catch the ball and toss it before you get tackled. So catch the ball can stand on its own. So I could put a period here and it would make sense. Now, when doing that, I can also continue on. Toss it before you get tackled. So toss it before you get tackled is an independent clause, it's a complete idea, and it stands on its own. Now, since those sentences are together, it creates a compound sentence, okay, those two clauses. So now I have catch the ball and toss it before you get tackled. Since I have my and here, I'm going to also include a comma, and it's a compound sentence. So that is going to be the reason why I need a comma here. So you're going to write this example down in your chart. You're also going to come up with your own example. So write your own compound sentence using your comma and some kind of conjunction. Okay? Our final rule, and rule number 11, is called the interrupter. So this is going to be a word or phrase, or even a clause perhaps, that interrupts the flow of the sentence. So it says, Miss Renfro, however, won the rap battle even though no one thought she could. So the word however is interrupting my thought, okay? Because I could really, if I took this word out, it would make complete sense and it would say, Miss Renfro won the rap battle even though no one thought she could. But since I have an interrupter right here, the word however, kind of breaking up my sentence and segmenting it, I need to include commas around it, okay? It's breaking up or interrupting the flow. All right, and then the next one here says, there is, unfortunately, no fun video to watch for this one. So this is actually true. I didn't find any kind of fun video for it, so we're going to have to make do. As you can see once more, the word unfortunately has kind of interrupted the flow of my sentence, broke it up. Therefore, I'm going to use commas to kind of section it off. Okay, those are going to be your interrupters. All right, what you're going to do next at this time is you're going to write down your example in your column for the first row. At this time, your entire first row should be written and filled in with examples based off of this presentation, and you should also include an example of your own. So you should have two examples in those boxes, one from my presentation and one of your own. And don't forget, those need to be highlighted like we did from the very beginning in our very first example together. Alright, what I'd like for you to do next is go ahead and hit the next button. Please watch the following videos. There's just two of them, remember, because we don't have any for the interrupter. Once you watch those videos, please write down your examples in your second column, and your entire set of notes should be completed once you finish watching the videos. This was your review over our commas. Once your notes are finished, what I would like for you to do next is go ahead and get started on your Nature Myths draft. Okay, so you should fill out your organizers in your notebook. Once those are filled out, If you're in mods 1 through 3, you can have Mrs. Grubach check your organizers and sign off on them. If you're in mods 13 through 15, you can have Mrs. Wazaleski do that. And if you're in mods 4-6 or 16-18, you can go ahead and once you finish that, get started on your draft.